The boys. So as I said, I didn't have any more dreams about father stuff. But now I started having dreams about little boys who wanted to go places with me. I was always pressed for time. I was trying to ditch them. I had stuff I needed to get done. So again, I didn't have dreams about anything else. It was always about little boys who wanted to do stuff with me. So I didn't know what to make of it. I told Martin that I'd always been a present father for my own children. I had done lots of things with them. I didn't understand why I was behaving this way in my dreams. I wanted him to tell me what they meant. Well, this time he wanted me to figure this out for myself. So what he told me was he wanted me to do what Carl Jung called a dream active, in which I would lie down, go back into my dream, make it as real as possible, and then ask. He wanted me to ask the little boys what they wanted. He reminded me that these children are an aspect of myself. Okay, so I went home and I was determined to try, but frankly I felt unequal to this job. So I lay down on the bed, relaxed, got as tranced as I could, and then I brought up in my imagination the scene from my last dream where a little boy approached me. I could see him standing there, and I saw our surroundings as clearly as I could. He was slender, about 3 feet tall, with sandy hair and these pleading blue eyes. He looked lonely. We were standing by a stream between a couple of low buildings. So in my imagination, I asked him, "What do you want?" For a long time, nothing happened. I asked him again, and this time I willed him to speak. And mentally, I just started making a vocal noise, just to start him off. And to my amazement, the sound transferred to the little boy in my imagination, and he said, I want to play. I was thrilled. So I stayed in this imaginative dream, and we played by the stream for a while. I couldn't wait to see Martin. I realized that for years I had been devoting all my waking hours to work, projects, and family responsibilities. The recreation I'd done, like hunting and fishing, these had been more like projects than play. I really wasn't playing. And I had a child inside, I now realized, who wanted to play but wasn't getting the chance. So Martin agreed with my interpretation of the dreams. And he told me that my next assignment was to go out in the woods a couple of times a week and just run through the trees. Not like an athlete, but like a deer. Just jump over things, run for the pleasure of it. He even had me hug big trees. He said that they have tremendous energy. So after that, I got pretty intentional about carving out time to play, just play. I camp, canoe, raft, scuba dive. I ski 60 days a year. In fact, Martin recently remarked that I had certainly excelled at playing. Martin said that big dreams are communications from aspects of ourselves that we have judged to be unacceptable and we have pushed into the shadow. Now, they don't like being in the shadow, and if left there long enough, they will run our lives. They want to be brought into the light and acknowledged. It's enough for us to see and honor them. And when we do this, we get a bonus. You see, it takes energy to keep these things in the shadows. We have to spend that energy all the time keeping them there. And so when we bring them into the light and look at them, we don't have to do that anymore, and it frees up that energy we were expending every day to keep them in the dark. Energy that can now go into consciousness expansion. So after this, I had no more dreams about little boys. But what came up next was much harder to unravel. Looking back now, it seems simple, but the next dreams, which were eloquent and precise messages from my unconscious, were mystifying to me. I had no context to interpret them. I couldn't understand them. They were totally outside of my experience. I was like a fish trying to get the concept of water.